I'm Kwadwo Osseo-Asare from the Department of Material Science and Engineering at Penn State University. Also, I am associated with the Department of Energy and Mineral Engineering. And I have here as my guest Professor Richard Amankwah from the University of Mines and Technology in Tarkwa, Ghana. And I've known Professor Amankwah for many years. In fact, I was on his master's thesis committee. And since he's come to visit us at our university, I thought I would take the opportunity to have a conversation with him. So, Richard, I would like you to, at the beginning, with you giving us a little background about where you grew up in Ghana, and then we'll take it from there.
Okay, thank you very much, Prof. Yeah, my name is Richard Amankwah, and I grew up, or let's say I was born in Kumasi, Ghana, and precisely on the University of Science and Technology campus many years ago. And that is where I grew up. At that time, my father was a technician working with the university.
What branch of the department?
He was an agriculturist. He worked with the plantation crops section. And so where did you go to secondary school in Kumasi? All through high school on the university campus. I went to university nursery school, university primary school, university secondary school, up to ordinary level, and I had my advanced level at Prof school, also in Kumasi, and then continued to the University of Science and Technology, where I studied metallurgical engineering.
So, well, that's, I guess you never left the university then.
In principle, yes.
So, why can you trace back to when you were a child as to what may have influenced you to go into science and engineering? Was it your father? I mean, if he was in agricultural sciences, or was it your mother? What did your mother do?
My mother was a trader.
In what?
In food crops.
Okay.
Food stuff.
Yeah.
Plantain, yams, stuff like that.
So, what got you interested in science and engineering?
I think not anything direct, but what I remember a bit was that normally when you go to Form 1, the seniors ask you, will you study science or art or business? At that time, I didn't have a clue. But along the line, I did hear my father normally saying that, well, all of you are art students, that's referring to my elder siblings. So I thought, oh, okay, it means that if all of them are art students, then let me try myself in the sciences.
You wanted to be different?
Yes, I wanted to be different, yes. So I ventured into the sciences. I wasn't very strong in the core science subjects, but then I think I knew enough to be able to move forward.
Yeah. So, well, I guess for my own self-interest, since I was on your master's thesis committee, perhaps you can share with us a little bit your graduate experience. What were the high points of the time that you were doing your master's research? Where were you based when you were doing it? What were some of the challenges, and what was the subject area and so on?
My master's thesis happened to be in hydrometallurgy. I wanted to find out how we could get the residual gold from waste activated carbon after elution. And I decided to...
What's elution?
Elution is, well, we use activated carbon in gold absorption. So after the gold has been captured onto the carbon, the process that allows you to get the gold out of the carbon back into a concentrated solution is what we call elution.
All right.
Desorption. So since desorption is not 100% efficient, there is always some residual carbon, gold left on the carbon. So my aim was to find out how to get that residual gold, especially from the fine carbon that cannot be recycled back into the absorption section.
So what was the approach then?
And we decided to use incineration, but an activated carbon burns at a very high temperature. So we had to find a way of reducing the burning temperature so that recovery can be done at a lower level in terms of economics. So we applied mechanochemical activation through vibration milling. So we mill the material in a vibration mill.
So some kind of grinding?
Yes, grinding, yes. But in a typical vibration mill, the point temperatures are so high in terms of temperature that there's some kind of transformation at the micro level.
I mean, wouldn't the carbon even get oxidized?
Not directly, because we don't have a lot of oxygen in the vibration mill at that grinding stage. Yes. But we were able to reduce the burning temperature from above 650 down to 400 degrees. And that made the burning temperature very low, and therefore.
So do you have a patent for this?
Unfortunately, no.
Why not?
If you're in Ghana, you don't talk about the patent that easily. We don't have an office for academic
like intellectual property management.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes.
We
are now going in that direction. But those days, that's 1993 when I completed
the master's. There was nothing like that.
There wasn't such an office.
Okay. So then, after the master's, what did you do?
After the master's, I got a job at Tarkwa School of Mines as a lecturer. When I was in Kumasi, I was a demonstrator while doing my master's. And at the same time, to be able to get money to move around, I was teaching at Technology Secondary School. My alma mater.
Were you married then?
No, I was.
Okay, so move around means to explore and find a girlfriend and so on and so forth.
Not really, but at that level, bachelor's level, you depend on your parents, basically.
Yeah.
But when you are doing masters, I think it's not acceptable for you to go home ask for money.
You want to be independent?
Yes,
I understand.
Independent. Yeah. So I was working as a teacher, a mathematics teacher, earning a salary to help me pay my way through the masters. So from there, I went to teach as a lecturer at Tarkwa.
What topics? What subjects?
That was engineering, mineral processing, basically, and extractive metallurgy.
All right. So you were there for how long before you started the PhD?
I taught in Tarkwa up to, I think, 1999.
That means how many years?
6 years.
Okay. And then you decided to do a PhD. Why did you decide to do a PhD? You were teaching, you had a job.
If you want to be a lecturer and be a good lecturer, certainly you have to aim at higher education.
I mean, did any of your superiors or your senior people come to you and say, hey, young man, you better get a PhD, or you were completely self-motivated?
It was self-motivation. The idea was I wanted to be a professor. And to move from master's level to professorial level without a PhD is almost like inventing something in Ghana. It's not that easy. So I thought, well, to be able to become a professor, I have to get a PhD.
So you had to take some initiative.
Yes, and apparently I wanted actually to become a senior lecturer before going for PhD. That's why I spent 6 years.
Okay, did you become a senior lecturer?
I did.
What did you have to do to become a senior lecturer?
You have to publish papers, and I was supposed to publish about 4 papers and submit them for review. And my mandate to publish 7 within the period.
And some of those papers were based on your master's research?
Yes, 2 of them were on my master's, and then the remaining 5 were on post-graduation research.
Okay, so the post-graduation research, what kind of topic did you
I looked at small-scale mining, which was my pet area when I was doing my bachelor's. And so I went back to small-scale mining, did some work there.
What aspect of small-scale mining were you focused on?
Recovery improvement.
What do you mean by that?
For instance,
what's your contribution? What has your contribution?
My contribution has been in the area of mercury abatement, using direct smelting in place of amalgamation and
okay, so you are providing an alternative to the environmentally troublesome mercury.
Yes.